Please pay homage to the Buddha. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa.
Now the next question. Could Sayadaw please explain the discerning of smell and taste in the kalapa, gandha and rasa?
Vipassana insight, when it becomes sharp, can also discern smell and taste. However, some meditators have difficulties to discern this smell and taste in a kalapa. At that time, usually we suggest to discern both those. For example, if they want to discern smell, they must discern ear translucency. Nose translucency. Ghana pasada, ghana do, and then mind do. Nose to and mind do. Then there should be addition nearby the nose. There nearby the nose to there are many kalabas. A group of kalabas smell. Please pay attention. A group of kalabas smell. When the smell impinge both to nose to and mind to simultaneously, at the time they can feel smell of many kalabas. Then slowly they should try to discern the smell of one kalaba. What is the reason? Meditators are used to pay attention smell by nose to throughout their life. Because of this reason, the smell is the object of nose consciousness as well as mind consciousness. If they take the help of nose to at that time, they may easily understand the smell. However, when they are expert in discerning smell, at that time they should discern by vipassana insight. It is also possible. In this case, there is one interesting question and answer in Visuddhimagga Mahadika. In many suttas, especially Salayana Vagga Sutta, one expounding 12 ayarana method or 18 element method. Usually Buddha says Chakkhung cha bhajanadi, rupe cha bhajanadi, yen cha darubhyam pade cha ubhijati, Chakku viññānatin ca bhajanadi, etc. Chakkhung ca bhajanadi. In this case, Chakku is do, I do. In the case of Indo, Buddha used singular form. Chakku, this is singular in Pali. But while expounding Kala, Buddha uses plural form, rupe cha bhajanadi. This ruby is, according to Bali, this is plural form. What is the reason? I consciousness can take the color of a group of kalabas, not the color of one kalaba. Because the power of I consciousness cannot take paramatha. Kalaba, paramatha, one kalaba's color. One kalaba's color can understand or can discern by mind process, mental and mind consciousness. Because of this reason, in the case of Do, Buddha uses singular form, Chakkhoncha Bhajanadi. In the case of object, Buddha uses plural form, Rupecha Bhajanadi. In the same way, in the case of taste, in the case of nostril, Buddha uses Ghanencha Bhajanadi. This is a singular form. But in the case of object, Buddha uses Rasescha Bhajanadi. Rasa is plural form. This is taste. What is the reason? Nose consciousness can know only the group of kalaba smell, not one kalaba smell. This is the reason mentioned in Visuddhimagga Mahadika. But one kalaba smell can understand by mind consciousness only. Especially vipassana insight can discern the smell of one kalapa. Because of this reason, for beginners, if there is any difficulty, we usually suggest to discern nostril and mind together. And then please pay attention a group of kalabas smell. At that time they may feel smell by nose consciousness and mind consciousness. While discerning this smell, if they become expert at that time, they can also discern by mind only, vipassana insight only. At that time, the smell of one kalaba also can discern by vipassana insight. In the same way, taste. While this, not yet finished. But this is close to the nose too. The smell is close to the nose too. However, when they can discern the smell of a kalaba nearby the nose too, at that time they should move their attention a little bit far away. Slowly they should try to discern the smell of kalabas and the indo, eardo, nose do, tando, body do, and mind do. Slowly they must try. In the same way, while discerning taste, some meditators, because of their barami and their wisdom faculty also very sharp, they can discern directly the taste of a kalaba. Any do, indo, eardo, nose do, dando, body do, and mind do. However, there are also some meditators, they cannot discern clearly the taste of a kalaba. At that time, usually we suggest them to discern the taste of a group of kalabas which are nearby the tank. Close to the tank, there are many kalabas. In every kalapa there is taste. So they should pay attention the taste of those kalapas which are situated nearby the tongue. Then they should discern the tongue translucency, Jainwa Pasada, and Mindo, Manodwara. Tando and Mindo, they must discern simultaneously. Then they should be addition a group of kalapa states which is situated nearby the tongue. At that time, they may feel taste. Nearby the tongue, the kalapas are which type of kalapas, especially according to conventional truth, saliva. In the dando, nearby the dando, there are salivas are always. If they pay attention the taste of those salivas, they may feel. At that time, this taste will impinge both doors simultaneously, dando and mindo. At that time, they may be able to discern taste. Slowly, they should move their attention to one kalapa's taste. They may feel one kalapa's taste, or they may be able to discern one kalapa's taste. At that time, slowly move their attention from nearby the dando to slowly a little bit far away. If they can discern any kalapa's taste, at that time they should pay attention the taste of Indo, Eardo, Nosedo, Dando, Bodido, and Mindo. So in this way, to discern smell and taste, we teach us this system, but this system is not mentioned in Pali text. Buddha usually directly teach direct perception. What is the reason? In Dino Buddha, usually many meditators' wisdom faculty is very sharp. They are like similar to lotus flowers, waiting for sunshine. They have enough parami. For those who have enough parami, it is not necessary to explain many words, because they can easily understood. They can easily understand. Because of this reason, Buddha directly teach Paramata, such as Ganincha Bhajanadi, Gandeja Bhajanadi, Jaiwencha Bhajanadi, Rasecha Bhajanadi, etc. In this way, Buddha directly teach. But for those who have no sharp wisdom, their wisdom faculty is a little bit dull. At that time, usually we teach according to what had explained, because throughout the life, they are used to feel the taste by their tando, because of this reason only.
Sayadaw, why for color, we must see a group, not a single? Is it because of the object is too subtle, or because of the pasada is very big? Actually, why is that so?
This is for beginners only. When their wisdom faculty, especially vipassana insight, become sharp, they can also discern the color of one kalapa. For beginning stage, if there is any difficulty only, but color is usually they can directly see.
Now the second question. Is a yogi preferred? If a yogi prefer to discern smell and taste directly by mind consciousness only. Is it okay? I think this is also already answered by Sayadaw. So the next question. What is the purpose of seeing the production generation of kalapas? Is it for the breaking down of compactness?
Nana Daduyo Winnie Boge Dawa Kana Winnie Boge Kade Another Lakana Yatawa Sa Rasa Do Ubatadi. This is very, very important explanation. Another doctrine is in our Buddha's teaching only, not in any other religion. To make clear another doctrine, it is very important to see Paramatha Dhamma, ultimate reality. To see Paramatha Dhamma, ultimate reality, it is necessary to break down the compactness. If a meditator cannot break down the compactness of ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality, that meditator cannot see Paramatha Dhamma, ultimate reality. If he did not yet see ultimate reality, Paramatha Dhamma, then another characteristic will be not clear to his insight knowledge, to his mind. To make clear another characteristic, according to Buddha's teaching, then it is necessary to see the generations of kalapas. What is the relationship between another doctrine and generation of kalapas? Many religious teachers, they accept Creator. Our Buddha never accepts Creator. There is no Creator, there is no created being or created thing. What is their reason? Rupam bhikkhave anicca yobi hedu yobi vichyo rupasa upadhaya sobi anicca anicca sambuddham bhikkhave rupam kudo niccam bhavesati. This is the explanation of our Buddha. What is the meaning? Because rupa, materiality is impermanent anicca. There is cause and condition which produce materiality. That cause and condition also anicca, impermanent. The materiality which arise depending on impermanent cause and condition, how it can be permanent nature. In the same way, Buddha also teach Rupam bhikkhave anatta. Yobi hedu yobi vichyo rupasa upadhaya sobi anatta. Anatta sambuddham bhikkhave rupam kudo adda bhavesati, etc. What is the meaning? Because materiality is anatta. There is cause and condition which produce materiality. That cause and condition also anatta, non-self. The materiality which arises depending on another cause and condition. How it can be adda, self. So, there is no creator, no adda. Only there is cause and condition. To see the cause and condition, it is necessary to see the characteristic of another. Cause and condition also another. Materiality which is produced by that cause and condition also another. Both are another. At that time only, the meditator will understand the another doctrine thoroughly. To see another doctrine thoroughly, it is necessary to see the generations of kalabas. Some kalabas are produced by karma, some kalabas are produced by mind, some kalabas are produced by temperature, some kalabas are produced by nutritive acid, nutriment. So there are different causes. These causes are also all nature and permanent. A meditator must try to see this nature. To see this nature, it is also necessary to see the generation of kalabas. It is not the only one purpose for breaking down of the competitveness. For breaking down of the competitveness is one case only. One of the case only. To see another doctrine only.
Sayadaw, please explain the production of generation of kalabas.
So, for example, in your Indo, there are 7 types of kalabas. Indegate kalaba, body degate kalaba, sex degate kalaba, life non-egg kalaba, mind bone kalaba, temperature bone kalaba, nutriment bone, odak kalaba. Altogether there are 7 types of kalabas and 63 types of materiality rupa. Ain decade kalaba, body decade kalaba, sex decade kalaba, life non-egg kalaba. These 4 types of kalabas are produced by karma. Which karma? It depends on your own personal karma. Each meditator has their own respective karma. One meditator's karma and another meditator's karma may not same. May not same means some meditators materiality, karma born materiality is produced by dana karma. Some meditators karma born materiality is produced by sila karma. Some meditators karma born materiality is produced by bhavana, meditation, karma, etc. They have different. Dana also there are different types of dana. Some meditators dana karma is offering food to Sangha. Some meditators dana is offering food to the Buddha image. Some meditators dana is offering robes to the Sangha, etc. So there are different karma and different activities. But if one karma is ready to produce its result near that moment in past life, that karma or karma sign or destination sign appear because of that karma. If offering robes to the Sangha is ready to produce its result in this very life, while discerning cause and condition, a meditator can see at the that proximate mind moment, mind jhana, mind moment. That proximate jhana, mind moment. Offering robes to the Sangha. At the time, while actually offering to the Sangha these robes, what is the purpose? What is main purpose while offering this robe. For example, one lady, she offered robes and parikara, bhikkhus requisites to the Sangha. While offering these robes, nearby there was one Siali. That Siali faculties are very good. She always got her faculties. And then she stayed very peacefully nearby. So she had a lot sadha to that Siali. And she also want to become a woman like that Siali. This is her attitude. According to Buddha's teaching, there is no man, no woman, no Siali. Only there is mentality and materiality. But if she understands as a Siali, such type of understanding is called raw understanding. Depending on that raw understanding, she had attachment to the Siali's life. Repeated this is craving. Repeated attachment is called clinging. Depending on this ignorance, avijja, craving, tanha, clinging, upadana, she accumulates wholesome karma. Which wholesome karma? Offering robes or bhikkhus requisites to the Sangha. While offering, she had a lot of happiness, joyful feeling. Other than there are 34 mental formations. They are wholesome sankhara volitional formations, but they are also nature and permanent. As soon as they arise, they perish away. So they are nature impermanent. But when they perish away, they left behind the karma potency, which has the power to produce 5 clinging aggregates in future, according to her own ignorance, craving, and clinging. Because of this reason, in this very life, she had 5 clinging aggregates because of this wholesome karma. That karma always produces karma from materiality throughout her life. Throughout the life, from the birth linking mind moment up to death linking mind moment, there are different types of mental process and process pre-consciousness. In every consciousness, there are 3 types of small moments. Upada, rising moment. Piti, standing moment. Bhanga, perishing moment. Upada, Piti, Bhanga, rising, standing, perishing. In every rising moment, in every standing moment, in every perishing moment, these karma bomb materialities are always arising. But these karma bomb materiality, every karma bomb materialities lifespan is only 70 mind moment only. This is their power. 70 mind moments later, they will perish away again. Or in 71 mind moment has 3 small moments. Because of this reason, according to small moment, there are 51 moments. 51 moments later, every materiality perish away. This is throughout her life. This is the generation. As long as her karma is still powerful, it will produce in the same way. However, what is however? When she became older and older day by day, then slowly seconds are shrinking. Hairs are becoming white. Slowly appearance became older and older day by day. What is the reason? How do you think? The power of karma is decreasing. When the power of karma is decreasing, at that time, the quantity of kalabas becomes less. When quantity of kalabas, karma born materiality kalabas becomes less. Another problem is in every karma born kalaba, if you analyze, there are, for example, in decade kalaba, there are 10 types of materiality. Body decade kalaba, 10 types of materiality. Sec decade kalaba, there are 10 types of materiality. Life nonic kalaba, there are 9 types of materiality. In every kalaba, there is fire element, tejo dhatu. That fire element is called Uttu, temperature. That temperature also can produce new generations. These generations are called temperature born kalabas. One karma born kalaba can produce 4 or 5 times temperature born kalaba, or 10 to 12 times temperature born kalaba. If there are karma born kalabas are many, temperature born kalabas be more than karma born kalaba 5 times or 10 times. Do you understand? So it will be more. But when karma born kalabas became less, then temperature born kalaba also became less. When quantity of kalabas became less, then slowly they became weaker and weaker, and day by day they are older and older. All seconds became shrink. Why? The quantity of kalabas are decreasing. There is no many kalabas which are rising successfully for a long time. Do you want to become older and older day by day? If you don't want, how to do? This is natural. You should accumulate your karma, very strong and powerful karma. That strong and powerful karma will produce to be reborn in Deva world, etc., or to be reborn in Brahma world. Their lives, Deva's lifespan or Brahma's lifespan is very long because karma is very strong. When karma is very strong, that karma born materiality will rise successfully for a long time without decreasing. Other than temperature, born kalaba also will not decrease. Then their lifespan can maintain for a long time because of this karma, strong, powerful karma. But for human body, the karma which produces human body is very weak, less powerful than the karma which produces to Deva body or Brahma body. Because of the power is weak, then generation also became weaker and weaker day by day. This is karma born materiality. Another one is mind born materiality. Every consciousness which arises depending on heart base also can produce mind born materiality. Usually, sensual mental process, eye do mental process, ear do mental process, nose do, tongue do, body do, and mind do mental process. Since we are mindful process, there in every process there is many mind moments. Each mind moment can produce mind born kalaba, except Paido, except eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness. Every consciousness which arises depending on heart base can produce mind born kalabas. But this sense-sphere mind is very weak. They can produce only 2 or 3 generations only. But when they become very powerful, like samatha mind or vipassana mind, they can produce uncountable mind-born kalabas also occasionally. But usually many people, they don't want to meditate diligently or successfully. At that time, their mind is very weak. Because of weak mind, there are only very few quantity of mind-born kalabas only. But jhana mind can produce mind-born kalabas a lot. Not only internally, but also up to externally. Vipassana insight, when became very powerful, it also can produce mind-born kalabas not only internally, but also externally. This is their power. Then another is nutriment born kalaba. Please try to see eye decade kalaba, body decade kalaba, sat decade kalaba, life knowledge kalaba, etc. Every kalaba has nutritive essence. When nutriment born, nutritive essence of nutriment born kalaba support, as well as digestive panya also support to that nutritive essence of each kalaba. Then each kalaba also can produce new generations. These generations may be less or maybe more. So please show nutriment born, nutritive essence born chart. There is stomach. Do you see? Maybe your stomach may be bigger than this. Inside stomach there is newly eaten food, which is called undigested food. If you can discern 4 elements in this food, then you can see food is nothing but a group of kalabas. What is their origin? In each kalaba there is fire element. That fire element produces new generation, new kalaba. In that new generation there is also fire element. That fire element also produces another new generation. How long? As long as they are not yet begun nutriment born kalaba, they are producing in this way. Not only inside stomach. Before eating, you prepared this food in your plate to eat, or in your bowl to eat. If you get some poly element in that food, on that food, you can see food is nothing but a group of kalabas. If you analyze those kalabas, in each kalaba there are 8 types of materiality. In each kalaba there is also fire element. That fire element also produces new generations successively for a long time. As long as it not yet produced, not yet perish away. So they are temperature born kalabas. When this temperature born materiality appear in your stomach, this is called gauge. Inside stomach, then you can pay attention 4 elements in that gorge. You can see gorge is nothing but a group of kalabas, temperature bomb kalaba, which we had already explained. In every temperature bomb kalaba, there is nutritive essence. Throughout your body, there is life nonate kalaba, jivida navaga kalaba. There are 4 types of jivida navaga kalaba, life nonate kalaba. Swan jivida navaga kalaba produce fever. Swan fire element and swan jivida navaga kalaba produce fever. Swan fire element and swan jivida navaga kalaba produce malaria. Fire element and swan jivida navaga kalaba produce aging. But there is one type, which is we call digestive fire. Digestive fire is within life nonate kalaba. That digestive fire is everywhere throughout the body. If you study Rupa Kamatana chart, you will see there are 3 types of kalabas spreading throughout the body everywhere. They are number 1, body decade kalaba. Number 2, sex decade kalaba. Number 3, life nonate kalaba. These 3 types of kalabas are called Sagala Byabi. Sagala Byabi means spreading throughout the body. This is among Kama bomb materiality only. But mind bomb kalaba, temperature bomb kalaba, and nutrient bomb kalaba are also spreading throughout the body. They are not Kama bomb. So, around your stomach also there are uncountable life nonate kalabas. In every life nonate kalaba there is also digestive fire. When the digestive fire supports the nutritive essence of temperature bomb kalaba, that is gorge, then that nutritive essence produces new generation. That new generation is number 1. That number 1 is called that one. That number 1 is called nutriment bomb kalaba. This is number 1. This number 1 is not only one kalaba. There are uncountable kalabas. Why? If you can discern 4 elements in your gorge. Gorge is, we had already explained, gorge is nothing but a group of temperature bomb kalabas. How many? If you eat a lot, temperature bomb kalabas are a lot, many. If you eat only few quantity, there may be only few quantity. But I think you eat a lot. So there are uncountable temperature bomb kalabas. In every temperature bomb kalaba there is nutritive essence. Each nutritive essence, each digestive fire of many life nonate kalabas support this digestive fire support this temperature bomb kalaba nutritive essence. Then another digestive fire supports another nutritive essence. Then another supports another nutritive essence. This supports simultaneously. Because of this reason, nutrient bomb kalabas arise simultaneously many inside your stomach. This is first generation. When they begin first generation, if if you analyze those nutriment-born kalabas, there are also 8 types of materiality. Among 8 types, in every kalaba there is also nutritive essence. But this nutritive essence has 2 types of power. One can produce new generation. This is Janaga Oja in Bali. But one have no power to produce new generation, but they can support another nutritive essence to produce new generation. They are in Pali called Upatambaga Oja. There are 2 types. Janaga Oja as well as Upatambaga Oja. Producing nutritive essence and supporting nutritive essence. That supporting nutritive essence support another producing nutritive essence, as well as digestive fire also support. Then there must be 2 supporting causes, digestive fire as well as supporting nutritive essence. At that time, producing nutritive essence produce another 2nd generation. You can see 2nd generation. But they can produce many nutritive essence kalabas, produce simultaneously many in the same way, same process. They rise simultaneously. Among those, there are also 2 types, producing nutritive essence as well as supporting nutritive essence. When supporting nutritive essence and digestive fire support that producing nutritive essence, then that nutritive essence also produce another 3rd generation. In this way, from 2nd generation to up to 10 or 12 generation, 2 supporting cause. When 2 supporting cause support, that nutritive essence producing nutritive essence produce new generations. So 1 meal can produce how long? For 7 days. At least for 7 days can produce this new process. But you eat one day, how many times? Maybe, for example, 2 times. Every day, 2 times, 2 times, 2 times. So, today, meal will produce for 7 days. Then, tomorrow meal will produce another 7 days. Then, the day after tomorrow meal will produce another 7 days. In this way, many 7 days, they are connected to each other. Because of this reason, your body became very strong. But if you can eat only few quantity, how? Generation will be only few quantity. At that time, you will become weaker and weaker day by day. Is it true? True. Depends on food. This is another generation. Another generation is, I had been explained, temperature born and mind born. So all together there are 4 types of cause. Kama, Chaitya, Udu, Ahara. Kama born, temperature born, mind born, nutriment born. So there are 4 causes, 4 types of generations. But main cause is karma. When karma is very weak, karma born material is becoming less. Quantity of karma born material becoming less. At that time, for example, anjagate kalaba. When you become older and older, the quantity of anjagate kalaba also became less. At that time, you cannot see clearly, because here only few quantity of anjagate kalaba. In the same way, while listening, you cannot hear clearly when you become older and older. What is the reason? There are only few quantity of anjagate kalaba. In the same way, there are also, when your karma became weaker and weaker, digestive fire also became few quantity only. When digestive fire is very few quantity, not so strong enough, then if you eat a lot, cannot be digested. There may be many problems. You may be able to eat only just few quantity. What is the reason? Digestive fire quantity is becoming very weak, very few. Because of this reason, when karma is very weak, slowly karma born materiality, temperature born materiality, mind born materiality, nutriment born materiality also become weaker and weaker day by day. Because of this reason, quantity of kalabas became, when quantity of kalabas became less, then your second became shrink, because flesh, according to conventional truth, flesh also became less, not enough strong. So because of this reason, if you practice 4 elements meditation systematically based on one type of Vipassana Padaka jhana, Vipassana basis jhana, then you can see this process. There is no creator. Is there any creator? No creator. If you can discern dependent origination, then you can see which type of karma produce this rupa. Which type of temperature produce this rupa? Which type of mind produce this rupa? Which type of nutritive asset produce this rupa? You can clearly see this generation. This is the generation of rupa kalabas. Is there any question? Okay.
So the first question is, if a jhana, when we get into a jhana, the mind produce kalapa can generate about 20 generation. So if we always enter into jhana, can we reduce the aging effect? Mean we getting old slowly and always get into jhana. Can you have this effect?
Why do you want to become old slowly? It depends on karma only. Lifespan depends on karma. In Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Buddha also explained this process. Buddha can practice 4 types of Adibada diligently. If he practices 4 types of Adibada diligently, he can maintain his lifespan more than 100 years. This is also Buddha mentioned. So please try for Adibada. Chandedi Bada, Variyadi Bada, Chaitedi Bada, Vimansedi Bada. What is Chanda? Strong desire. Strong desire means, in this case, for the attainment of arhathood, your chanda must be very strong. That chanda is usually, in this case, associated with samatha and vipassana insight. Samatha bhavana citta and vipassana bhavana citta. While practicing samatha and while practicing vipassana, this chanda desire must be strong. Viriya also must be strong. I will not get up as long as I do not yet become raha in this bodily body. Such type of effort is necessary. Very strong effort. Citta, your citta must be also very strong for attainment of higher and higher stage. We must pinya, wisdom, faculty, especially this is also vipassana insight, must be also very strong. If you can develop these 4 types of Adibada, you may be able to maintain your lifespan. However, usually sabbe saddha kama saka, usually many meditators, they depend on their own karma. But that karma, when you practice 4 Adibada thoroughly, that karma also for some meditators can support to maintain their lifespan. But for some meditators, karma is already fixed. So it is not easy to maintain their lifespan more than 100 years, etc.
So the life non-net kalapa, it appears first in the fetus when the mother's nutrition first flow to the fetus, right? That is
it
one
is
question.
not mentioned in Pali text, so we cannot say exactly, but it is mentioned is when the nutritive essence of mother spread to the child, at that time only life non-net kalapa, especially digestive fire works, it is duty. So at that time is definite. How long after Patisandi? It is not actually fixed time. So for, according to some Mahathera's view, few weeks only. Few weeks later only. How many weeks? It is not easy definitely to calculate because it is not mentioned in Pali text.
So as long as she have this, after the patisandi, the mother's nutrition will always flow to the fetus, right? So
it is also, we cannot say exactly because it is not mentioned in Pali text. But if you want to know, you should try to discern by your own direct knowledge that it is better. But few weeks later is possible according to some Mahathera's view.
So now when we get old, right, we walk very difficult, and then we are walking very, very difficult when we get old. All the muscle, all the joint become rigid. Is that because of the fire element of the life faculty not strong enough to support
Maybe
the softness?
all means karma, the quantity of karma born materially also became less. At that time, the quantity of temperature born kalapa also became less. At that time, nutriment born kalapa's quantity also became less. When mind also very weak, there is no jhana mind or there is no vipassana mind, the quantity of mind born kalapa also may become less.
So that when we get old, can the mind not get old? Meaning it's still very strong. Even body, a karma strong, but the mind can be very strong. Is that possible?
This is mentioned in Kusa Chadaka. Have you read Kusa Chadaka? In Kusa Chadaka, there is, in the game there are many women, but no woman had no pregnant. There is no son which will access the throne. So many people shout in the palace. There should be one son who will access the throne. If there is no son, then you should permit all your women to go out to get son. In this way, many people shout in the in the compound of palace. So king permit except Silavati. Silavati is chief queen. Other queens he permit to go outside to enjoy pleasure and then to get pregnant. But no one get pregnant. Then at the day, many people, they shout again. Chief Queen Silavati have a lot pure sila. You should permit Chief Queen also to go outside. At that time, then, if anyone wants Silavati, then please try row in the palace platform. Many people are coming who want Silavati. You may also include and think so. At that day, Kaisaka came down from Devawa. What is the reason? Because of the power of Silavadi's pure Sila. She always observed Upasara. She always observed her Sila pure. She never commit any fault. She never break down her 5 precepts. Because of this reason, King palace of the second Saka became hot. And then he came down to the human world, and he also tried to stand up above the road, in front of the road. At that time, he created his body very old. So many people cannot overcome to him because of his power. Many people criticize to him, you are very old. Why you have a lot attachment to this queen? Oh, I'm very old. It is true. But my raga is never old. In this way, he explained. This is in Jataka's story. In the same way also, if raga is always associated with mind. So, although I'm very old, my raga is never old. This is his answer.
Thus, the life knowledge kalapa arises at the time of rebirth linking moment. Why at the time of discerning patisandi materiality, we only discern 30 types of materiality, which is consciousness produced octet kalapa, body, decade. No, not consciousness. No, not consciousness produced octet kalapa, but it's a karma bond, 30 types of karma bond kalapa, which is heart decade kalapa, body decade kalapa, and sex decade kalapa. Heart decade kalapa.
Maybe I had explained this question. So, this is the power of karma for human beings or who stay in mother's womb, including animals. So this is the power of karma. They can produce these 3 types. But after Bodhisattva, there is one mind movement which is called Bhovenga mind movement. This is starting point of Bhovenga. That Bhovenga mind movement can produce mind kalapa. In Bodhisattva, there are 3 types of movement: rising, standing, and perishing. In standing mind movement, which in standing movement there are 3 kalapas, which arise simultaneously together with Bhaddanta mind movement. Body decade kalapa, set decade kalapa, and heart decade kalapa. In every kalapa there is fire element. That fire element also produces new kalapa at the standing moment of Bhaddanta consciousness. After that, in every small moment, that temperature bone kalapa always rise. Mind bone kalapa rise only rising stage only, not standing stage or perishing stage. The reason is mind has the strong power at the rising stage only. Because of this reason, every consciousness which arises depending on heart base can produce at the standing moment mind bone kalapas only. Nutriment bone kalapa is only when digestive fire and mother's nutritive essence spread to the child, and digestive fire also work. At that time only nutriment bone kalapa start only.
Sayadaw, when the consciousness in our mind process, he can always produce a rupa. So in which particular chittasika responsibility for producing a rupa?
Every consciousness which arises depending on heart base have responsibility to produce mind bone kalapa. Now eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness. Except these 5 types of consciousness, every consciousness which arises depending on heart base can produce mind-born kalapa.
That kalapa is produced by the entire group of the chitta and chittasika or particular chittasika.
Both. Chitta never arises without chittasika. Chittasika never arises without chitta. So both together.
It is not the life faculty or that particular mind movement that produce rupa.
No.
It's all.
But mind-born kalapa has no life faculty. Only Ti Sui Hua Pong Sa San Wei Si Su.
And Nama they have one jivita, right?
This is always because every mind always associate with 7 Cetasika, universal Cetasika. Among 7 universal Cetasika, life faculty also include Jivita.
This life jivita, that responsibility for producing the rupa? No.
All have responsibility to producing rupa, not only one. Because they produce simultaneously, they rise simultaneously, they produce together.
The next question. Why there are meditators who say that they can discern a few hundred generations of kalapas? Why there are meditators who say that they can discern few hundred generations of kalapas?
What is this meaning? I had explained, for example, in Kama Bhumadiriladi, there is fire element temperature, which can produce 4 or 5 generations or 10 to 12 generations, not few hundred. In the same way, and there is mind-born kalapa. There is temperature. That temperature also can produce 2 to 3 generations only for if that mind is only ordinary sense-severe mind, kamavachara jeta. But that jeta is associated with strong, powerful samatha, for example, access concentration or jhana concentration or vipassana insight. Then that mind can produce uncountable generations only, not few hundred. But in those, if this is vipassana insight produce mind-born kalapa or jhana consciousness produce mind-born kalapa. Among those mind-born kalapa, in each kalapa there is fire element, teja. That teja also very powerful, can produce uncountable generations, not only internally but also externally. Now meditators, they may experience the light of wisdom surrounding their body. This is temperature born kalapa, which is rise mind-born kalapa, which is mind-born kalapa temperature. That temperature produces the light of wisdom, not only internally but also externally. That generation is not few hundred, uncountable generation. So nutrient kalapa also can produce only 10 to 12 generation only, according to we had explained in the chart. So it is not easy to say few hundred.
The next question. Why, after breaking down the compactness of materiality, they can group back again?
Because concentration is become weak. And vipassana insight also become weak, not so sharp. At that time, they see again compactness because of previous habit. They usually always stay in the concept war. This is my son, this is my daughter, this is my wife, this is my husband, this is Shali, this is Bhikkhu, etc. In this way, they usually stay in concept or pinyati. This habit also appears when vipassana insight began weak. Because of this reason, they see competence. Okay.
So when the yogi after do the 4 elements, the yogi when he discern the 4 elements become kalapa. When first he do anapanasati, all also appear as kalapa, rising and pressing away. So how is this yogi need to make this nimitta become firm and then get into the jhana? Any skillful mean?
Usually we suggest such type of yogis to reduce their mind. If they had been practiced anapana successfully before, when they reduce a little bit, relax their mind, they can see nimitta solid. Okay. At that time, if they can concentrate thoroughly on that nimitta, they can attain jhana. Okay. But some meditators, there are many difficulties. The problem is they also don't want to see nimitta. They always want to see kalabas only, because they want to practice vipassana only. Because of this reason also, they may see only kalabas when they focus on the nimitta. Such meditators are usually because of their background. Their background is vipassana is the essence of our Buddha's dispensation. Samatha is not the essence. They don't want to emphasize samatha. They want to emphasize only vipassana. This is their attitude usually. Because of this reason also, they don't want to see solid nimitta. They want to see only kalapa. If they see kalapa, if they practice vipassana diligently, some meditators begin okay, but some meditators not okay. When the rising impression is very quick, at that time they cannot see Paramatha Dhamma clearly. At that time, if they go back samatha, it is also very difficult because of this habit.
When there are kalapas in the nimitta, what should a meditator do? I think anything to add, Sayadaw? Enough. Okay, this is finished. Sayadaw already explained. When practicing namarupa kammatthana, the mind is not smooth. What is the reason? The mind doesn't feel good when practicing namarupa kammatthana. The mind is not smooth, doesn't feel good. What is the reason?
Some meditators, while discerning namarupa, at that time, especially unwholesome dhammas, their mind also begin a little bit uneasy, because the light of wisdom also begin fade. Concentration also decrease, because the object is unwholesome dhamma. When they saw the unwholesome dhammas again, slowly unhappy feeling may appear in their mind. Unwholesome dhammas occasionally, or one of 5 hindrances occasionally, may arise in their mind. Because of these unwholesome dhammas, then their concentration also decrease. When concentration decrease, they cannot see clearly the namarupa. At that day, usually we suggest them to rest in one type of jhana for 1 sitting or 2 sittings, etc. The example is our Bodhisattva. When practicing vipassana in Uruvela, before enlightenment day. Occasionally, he also became very tired. At that time, he rests in one jhana. When mind became fresh, at that time only go back to practice vipassana again. In the same way, in this case also, when meditator's mind is very, very weak, not so much happiness, at that time, the meditator should go back to one type of jhana and rest there for a long time. How long? Maybe 1 sitting, 2 sitting, etc. When the mind became fresh, at that time only go back to this nama rupa again. Usually for such meditators, when discerning nama, I give suggestion to discern, especially jhana dhammas, again and again. When mind became very happy, at that time only go back to discern all nama and rupa.
Regarding the oja in a kalapa, some meditators describe multiply forth again and again as one oja producing many oja and spreading out in all directions, as in drawing A. Shall I just have drawing? Yes, as in drawing A. Other meditators describe as many oja produced and spreading out in upward direction, as in drawing B. Can Sayadaw please explain which type of multiply one is correct?
Oja has no foot. It cannot walk to spread throughout the body. They have no foot. They cannot walk. Materially, actually, as soon as they rest, they perish away. There is no time to move from one place to another. So one meal can produce successfully for how many days? 7 days. So today, for example, past 7 days you had already eaten. That nutriment also produce nutriment bone kalabas up to this day. Past 6th day or 5th day or 4th day or that day or 2nd day, you had already eaten. This nutriment bone kalabas also still producing new generations only. So because of this reason, you should thoroughly, when you are practicing to see this nutriment bone kalabas, these nutriment bone kalabas are everywhere throughout your body, from which they produce this nutriment bone kalabas. It is not easy to differentiate. Everywhere you may see nutriment bone kalabas. Everywhere there is 2 types of nutriment bone kalabas. Supporting nutriment bone kalabas and producing nutriment bone kalabas, or supporting nutritive acid and producing nutritive acid. Digestive fire also everywhere throughout your body. When supporting nutritive acid and digestive fire support to the nutriment or nutritive acid producing nutritive acid, then that oja produces new generation. As soon as it produces new generation, that new generation, as soon as it arises, it also varies away in same place. No, they change from one place to another. But according to conventional truth, maybe rasa liquid spread throughout the body through different types of nerves. This is according to conventional truth only. Actually, they do not spread from one place to another. They rise and vanish in different places throughout the body only.
Is that because of blood? Some mention liquid. Is that
Maybe they
same
do,
to blood?
rasa liquid. Rasa liquid means maybe nutritive acid liquid. This is maybe according to conventional truth only. But this liquid is a group of kalabas only, according to Paramatha. These kalabas, if you analyze, there are 8 types of materiality in each kalaba. But they do not separate, actually. As soon as they rise, they perish away. There is no time to spread from one place to another.
So that if there's no time to spread to one place to another, when we eat the food is in the stomach, how can the nutrition
Maybe
spread?
for 7 days they are rising in substance. This generation, this nutritive acid rise, and then it produces new generation. That generation's rising place in original nutriment bongkalabas rising place may be a little bit different. A little bit means how a little bit. It is not easy to measure because there is no instrument to measure. As soon as they rise, they perish away. They rise different places only. Because in different places there are different types of nutrient bone kalaba as well as digestive fire. So because one meal can produce for 7 days, so they are not only for 7 days only. Throughout the life you are always eating. Throughout the life they are also spreading. This one is how many days? This one how many days? We cannot decide. But when now you are practicing, there are everywhere nutriment bone kalabas, everywhere digestive fire. Because of this reason, in each place, in each digestive fire, in supporting support in each place, nutriment bone oja, nutriment bone producing nutriment essence. At that time, that nutritive essence produces new generation only. But that producing place may be a little bit, may be different. This is possibility. All generation does not move from one place to another. New generation may rise a little bit different place only.
Regarding the jivita in a kalapa, a meditator describes that jivita is like two rods knocking against each other in order to sustain the life energy. One rod serves to protect life, and another rod serves to sustain life. Another meditator describes jivita as life-sustaining energy. Can Sayadaw please explain which one is correct?
They do not support to another kalaba. In every karma bone kalaba, there is life faculty. That life faculty support or guard same materiality within one kalaba. For example, Aindagate kalaba. If you analyze Aindagate kalaba, there are 10 types of materiality. That life nonic materiality, life faculty, protect and guard that Aindagate kalaba only. That Aindagate kalaba materiality only. Not any other kalapa. They are not connected to another kalapa. What is the reason? Commentary explains in this case with a child. If mother passed away, to maintain this child's life, another one must give milk to that child. Another mother must guard this child, like our bodhisattva. When his mother Mahamaya passed away, another mother, Gautami, look after our bodhisattva and give milk to our bodhisattva to maintain bodhisattva's lifespan. In the same way, now how old are you? 40. Your karma is more than 40 years ago. So this karma is your mother, like your mother. Now karma born materiality in your eye, Aidyagikalabha, still rising and perishing. So this is Aidyagikalabha is like sun. Sun and the mother karma very far away, maybe more than 40 years ago. So when mother is absent, to maintain this materiality, that life nonic kalabha take life faculty take responsibility to protect and maintain lifespan. How long? From rising stage to perishing stage only. Within same kalabha only, not any other kalabha. Not connect with any other kalabha. Obada to Penga. Within this barrel only they protect and maintain only each life faculty. In Aidyagikalabha there is life faculty. That life faculty protect and maintain Aidyagikalabha materiality only. In Bodhidyagikalabha there is also life faculty. That life faculty also maintain Bodhidyagikalabha materiality and protect that materiality only. So they do not protect any other one. Within Sankalabha materiality only.
Sayadaw, I think the question is, what is the characteristic, the lakkhana of the life faculty? The characteristic of the life faculty.
Yes, anubalana lakhana. Anubalana means maybe they are protecting only. Protecting is how long? Maybe from rising stage to perishing stage within Sankalabha Rupa only. For materiality. Mentality also same. Within same group, Sankalabha, Nama Kalabha. Within same mind movement. There may be 34, or there may be 11, or there may be 12, or there may be 8. Within this group only they maintain and protect from rising to perishing only. They do not connect with another mind movement or another kalabha.
Yogi discern the life faculty. What is the specific character they need to describe? Mean they able to see?
Maybe within one kalabha, usually many meditators see protecting energy. Some meditators, they say maybe like one dot. That dot is moving within one kalabha. They may explain, but actually this is appearance only. Protecting energy, this is one characteristic. And then guarding and maintaining, this is another characteristic. Maintain is from rising to perishing only maintain. That maintenance and protecting only. These two characteristics, they can see clearly. If they do not yet see, we must wait for 2 or 3 days. For some meditators, 2 or 3 days later only they understand well. They should re-establish their vipassana basis jhana again and again. At that time only if they go back 4 elements meditation, they understand this life faculty. If they do not understand, then we should suggest please discern 4 elements in each kalabha again and again to see clearly. So at that time only they may also understand this life faculty.
But Sayadaw, now the example given here. So if a meditation teacher hears such a report, one rod, knock another rod. Not like that, right? So now we come to nama, kamathana. When a meditator practices nama, after discerning each mental factor slowly, one by one, he could see the mental factors arise in groups very quickly. Can Sayadaw please explain when can a meditator start to discern quickly?
Usually, we suggest meditators to see clearly first consciousness, for example, moment by moment, clearly, according to mental process. I do mental process, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do, and mind do mental process. Usually, for beginners, we teach jhana mental process first for samatha yanika persons. What is the reason? Jhana mind movement arise successfully many times, many billion times, etc. At that time, if they start to discern nama, emphasizing jhana nama, they may be able to see jhana dhammas clearly. When, for example, when consciousness is very clear, at that time, usually we teach to discern two together, consciousness and contact two together. But in every case, they must re-establish their jhana concentration. Entering into jhana, then emerge from jhana, then discern consciousness and contact. Do, many times. If they see clearly do, then 3. Consciousness, contact, feeling. Then if they see 3 clearly, they should increase 4, etc. In this way, up to 34, they must increase. In every case, they must re-establish their jhana concentration. When they emerge from jhana, at that time only they should discern their jhana dhammas. When jhana dhammas are very clear, at that time only we suggest to discern jhana cognitive process, according to jhana mental process. Mind abiding consciousness, they should re-establish jhana concentration. Emerging from jhana, they should discern according to mental process. Mind abiding consciousness, preliminary concentration consciousness, access concentration consciousness, conformity concentration consciousness, change of lineage concentration consciousness, and then jhana consciousness. According to this mental series, if they can see clearly consciousness, then again consciousness and contact 2, then 3, then 4, etc. In this way, up to 34. And each access concentration mind movement and jhana concentration mind movement. But mind adibadi is there are only 12. If one mental jhana mental process is very, very clear in their mind, at that time only usually we teach other jhanas to discern in the same way. If jhana minds are very, very clear, at that time usually we teach. Since we are mental process, taking materiality as object, for example, Chakku Pasada, etc. At that time, in the same way, they can emphasize consciousness, or maybe feeling, or maybe contact. Only one mental factor, for example, consciousness is very clear in every mind moment, because jhana is 7 times very quick. So, after discerning jhana mind mentalities, if they change to sense-sphere mentality, although there are 7 mind movements, it is very easy for them to discern. In this way, usually we teach to discern mentalities. But if they see clearly moment by moment, at that time they can also discern quickly, no problem. But if they do not see clearly, then please discern again slowly. In this way, we suggest to them.
Next question. When some meditators discern mental factors, they could clearly feel some movements. Sometimes their bodies also start to move. Can Sayadaw please explain how can they manage this movement problem?
Don't care. Cannot done. What is the reason? Because they had been discerned materiality before discerning mentality. Because of this practice, materiality is always rising in Parishya. Opposing Paramathas, usually many meditators see this movement, but don't pay attention to this movement. Just pay attention only mentality. Then slowly, if it is not okay, then they should go back materiality every sitting. Materiality meditation. After discerning materiality, they should discern mentality again. At that time, they will not see movement. They will see only materiality, or maybe they may see klabas only.
Sayadaw, is there any different when the meditator, they discern the nama? Some they discern at the heart, some they bring it up here and then see this. Is there any different?
Maybe not accurate. This is not accurate means the method is very important. This method is Buddha teaches in many Sanyutta Nikayas. Chakkhongcha Bhajanadi, Rupecha Bhajanadi, Yincha Dhruvyam Padicha Upajati Chakkavinyana Dencha Bhajanadi, etc. In this way, Buddha teaches. So, base and object, they must first discern. For example, I consciousness arises together with 7 mental patterns. Depending on I base. If they want to see these 8 types of mental formations together with I consciousness, they must wait and see in the I door only. If they see somewhere, this is not accurate. Maybe possibility is imagination or maybe previous experience. If they want to discern mental formations which arise depending on heart base, they must wait and see from the mind. At that time only they can clearly see mental formations moment by moment only. This system is practically practiced by Venerable Buddha, etc. Many Mahatheras in ancient time and not Buddha, because Buddha also already teaches in this method. According to Buddha's teaching, if a meditator practice this mentality meditation, it is safe. But they see here in front of face, this is not accurate. Maybe I have no much confidence in such type of explanation.
Now we come to the question, the one question on the dependent origination. Any more question on Namarupa? If not, then we go to dependent origination. Is it possible to explain scientifically the yogi's experience of analyzing past 5 aggregates? Is it possible to explain how an element which had passed away is discerned now after many lives' time? In other words, where are all these recorded?
They are recorded in computer head. What is scientific way? What do you mean scientific way? Now you are practicing 4 elements meditation. Many scientists, they can see maybe nuclear, what they do? Maybe neutron, electron, proton, etc. This is actually not kalapa. For example, they cut one piece of flesh. They test in their laboratory. According to Buddha's teaching, karma, born materiality, as soon as they rise, they perish away. They never change from one place to another. Mind-born materiality, as soon as it rises, it perishes away. They never change from one place to another. Then how they can go from one place to another? This is a new generation because of the power of mind. New generations are arising in new place only. Then nutriment-born kalabas, they rise and they perish away in their own respective place. Only temperature-born kalabas they can carry. They can carry means only new generation. For example, you prepare food and you are poor. That food is carried from one place to another according to conventional truth. But according to ultimate sense, you cannot carry from one place to another. They are as if you are carrying from one place to another only. Because in those kalabas, each kalaba there is fire element. That fire element produces new generation. In that new generation there is fire element. That fire element produces another generation. They never go from one place to another. But generation to generation they are rising in different places only. But scientists, they do not understand this process. But they understand, maybe according to their report, they understand they are rising and perishing. But maybe this is electronic energy. This is, that energy is rising and perishing, they also see. But they do not see kalapa. My meaning is they can test in their laboratory only temperature-born materiality only. There is no karma-born materiality in their laboratory. No mind-born materiality, no nutriment-born materiality. They do not understand this process. So because of this reason, scientific way, what is scientific? But here I want to explain. A meditator re-establish jhana. Imagine from jhana, he discerns jhana patterns. Is it possible? Possible? Possible. That jhana patterns are not present, they are past. As soon as you emerge from jhana, jhana finish. But you can discern jhana patterns because you can discern both object and do. Mind do and jhana object, for example, anapana pratibhaga nimitta. If you discern this object and do two together, then you can see this jhana dhamma, jhana patterns. Why? They are also past. You had already discerned this method, this system. This is proximate past. If you can discern proximate past, the power of concentration or the power of wisdom faculty is very strong. That wisdom faculty and that concentration, which is associated with concentration, also can see many past events. this is possible, but they are nature. They are not yet recorded. They are, as soon as they rise, they perish away in the past also. But when the concentration is very deep and wisdom faculty is very sharp, if they can discern, it is also possible to see past nama rupa. In the same way, future is not yet coming. It is true, but because of the power of wisdom faculty and concentration, they can also see future. In the same way only. If you can accept jhana meditator can discern jhana patterns, then it is also past. This is past. Buddha also explained in Anubbara Sutta. Adita Nirodha Viparinada. These jhana dhammas are adita past. Nirodha already ceased. Viparinada already changed. But Venerable Sariputta can see nature, dukkha, and another nature of those jhana dhammas. This is Buddha also explained in Anubbara Sutta. Yeah. If it is okay, or if it is not yet okay, but let us stop tonight. Sharing merit. Idame Bonyam Asawakaya Wahahodu Idame Bonyam Nibbanasa Pachyo Hodu Idame Bonyam Sabhasadana Vajima
这边的阿龙，今天就是发这样是不高端和八二升，接着的八二升。
Punya Bagam Labandu Sadhu